I'm already 2 minutes behind. It's really beginning to bother me. Come on. If we weren't being sworn in, we wouldn't even have a meeting. Jeez.
Yeah, but that's.
Yeah, nobody's called me up yet and said, how come you have never have any meetings, you know?
Yeah. That's true.
Call the Lakeland Shores City Council meeting of January 2nd, 2025 at 6:32 PM to order. I guess the next thing on the agenda is the oath of office.
Correct.
And are we doing this, how are we doing this, Kim?
We can all do it at the same time, just insert your name. Tim is the only one that does not have to take an oath of
It
office.
sounds like a good thing to me.
Okay, so raise your right hand and repeat after me. Insert your name. I
John Bishop.
do solemnly swear that I will support the
Constitution of the United States and of the state of Minnesota, and faithfully discharge the duties of the office of mayor
City Council
of the city of Lakeland Shores in the county of Washington and state of Minnesota
to
to the best of my judgment and ability.
Congratulations.
Yep. Kim, would you take roll call, please?
Councilmember Schroeder,
Here.
Councilmember Van Miller,
Here.
Councilmember Hatton,
Here.
Councilmember Erickson,
Here.
Mayor Bishop.
Here. If everybody would join us in the audience, that is, with the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America,
and
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We need a motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll make a motion to adopt tonight's agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Going to part two of, which is the consent agenda, which has the approval of monthly claims. We have a motion to accept the
I'll make a
consent
motion
agenda.
that we approve the monthly claims.
I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Going to paragraph 3, unfinished and new business. A is the consideration of resolution number 2025-01, 2025 fee schedule.
Mayor and council members, I did include a draft of the resolution 2025-01, which is a 2025 permit fee schedule. I also made a copy for my notes. I am proposing that you raise some of your escrows, which are for land use applications. It's for people paying for what they want to do. Because it does have to go to the consultants, a planner, sometimes an engineer. And it is much easier to refund some money than try and chase it, yes. So for the major land use applications, which would be variance, special use, conditional use, minor subdivision, major subdivision, I am proposing you raise those in the amount of $500. And I will note that the city of Lakeland Shores, their escrows and fees are still much, much lower than most cities.
So we're basically talking about they're all $2,000 except for the major subdivision, which is $6,000.
Yes.
And you're asking that your suggestion is that we increase each one of those by $500?
Right, to 2,000, which is on your draft, on the
Okay,
proposed.
okay.
And just for new council people, what the escrow is made by people that submit land use applications. And it goes through the process. Once the project is complete, if there are any dollars left in that escrow, it does go back to them. The application fee is not refundable, but the escrow is.
So you've already added the 500?
I have.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
And then, Councilmember Hatton just suggested at the bottom, we add a adult cannabis registration, which the max is $300. I believe the county's handling it, but there's no harm, no foul for adding it.
Yep.
So the motion would be just to approve as revised, if you agree.
Is there somebody besides Kim wish to bring that motion?
I'll bring the motion.
Yeah. And that motion would reflect what she has just indicated, which is the $500 increase in certain fees as well as the cannabis registration or application fee, if it's possible. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We have consideration of resolution number 2025-02, appointment list. Now,
Mayor and council members, I did include in your packet a draft, which I did remove of former council people, and so those things need to be filled in. And you can certainly, Councilmember Hatton indicated he'd like to be taken off of something, and I just highly recommend you appoint new people for those positions.
So I know recycling would be, Tom had that one. The yellow ribbon, that would be great if somebody else wants to take that one.
can you enlighten us just a little bit, Tim, as to what, I mean, we know what the yellow ribbon is, but what exactly do you remember doing over the last couple of years on it?
Nothing?
Okay, I mean, were there any meetings or
No
things that you
meetings.
went to?
They contacted me a couple times about a few things, but nothing.
So it's a good one to take for new people. They do,
They do the thing in the fall.
yeah, and
which-
they send the city emails with their flyers and ask to put it on the website, but they they do their own thing, and they also, they decide where dollars go when donations go, so.
Yeah.
So would either one of our new members wish to raise their hand, which is always dangerous, but, you know. Anybody,
I'll try it.
Councilmember Erickson is,
and then we have recycling, which I think is this something we do yearly, or are we in a 5-year plan of some sort?
Mayor and council members, I believe the current contract is 3 years.
3?
That was
That's what I
just
thought.
renewed.
Yep.
So there's not a lot going on with that. I attend their meetings. I have to quarterly, 4-year grant dollars that you get. I fill out the recycling grant form, and that's annually. But until there's meetings, because it's a joint city contract, until that contract comes up, there won't be much to do with that.
So certainly next year there will be very little to do, maybe the third year.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it looks like we had a volunteer.
is that all 5 cities?
No,
No?
Lakeland is, unless
Yeah.
Lakeland jumped back in.
They
Okay.
did not.
No,
So then
I
we,
think it's just 3.
No, it's 4,
Is
I
Afton
believe.
in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think there's one other one, the Fire District Audit Committee.
That,
that's no longer.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll remove that.
or Tim and I have covered that. We, with the fire district, we have other meetings inside that we get to go to.
And I think there is one other thing, Tim, that you've been doing, I think, which is the 5-city meeting,
Oh.
like they're having one on January 22nd. Is that something you wish to continue to do, or you want me to do it? or
You know,
what?
I think anybody could show up if I'm actually.
Yeah, you don't need to appoint somebody.
Okay,
I go to those, you know, they're only like once every 3 or 4 months.
okay.
And usually, who's the guy from St. Croix Beach, the mayor?
Oh,
Yeah,
Tom
McCarthy.
The other
Tom.
one, St. Mary's Point. The mayor from St. Mary's Point.
Yeah, I don't know.
He typically runs, I can't think of his
Yeah.
name, he usually runs it. Yeah, it's a good thing, the county's there, they get involved with a lot of things. They also talk, the big thing is, where to bring our, brush, so they're trying to get a brush site. But every time they find one, the local neighbors oppose it. But I think they're trying to get the old Century College one building up on
Oh,
by the asphalt
Oh,
company.
Yep.
Truck station, or that truck.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so
Wow.
they're trying to get that to, but again, they wanna appease the neighbors and.
Yeah.
Is there anything on this list that anybody is sitting here, as far as council people or mayor, wants to throw their hat in? I mean, they think that, boy, it'd be fun to do culverts when there's only one in town, you know?
Two,
But,
there's two. I walk down there monthly.
Yeah, that's good.
The cable commission, if anybody wants that, that's just a once a year thing. Last year it was 2 because we had to do a few things. But that only meets once a year, but.
Well, is there any further discussion concerning this? With that in mind, then, with those changes and additions to people that have so generously volunteered their time, I move that we accept the resolution, or pass the resolution number 2025-02, the 2025 annual appointments. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Then we have consideration of December 5th, 2024 City Council meeting minutes. This is still under subparagraph 3.
Mayor and council members, I'll just jump in here, and that normally is on the consent agenda, but the two new ones have to abstain from this vote because you weren't part of that meeting. And then other things that will end up on your consent agenda is routine approvals, things that don't need, a lot of discussion.
And as you indicated, normally this would be on there.
Absolutely.
Is there any discussion concerning anything that Kim may have missed in this, in the council meetings that she so adequately and beyond adequate does for us each month? Is there any discussion about anything that might be, as you don't remember it? Can I have a motion to approve the,
I'll make a motion to approve the December 5th meeting minutes.
I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we go to 4, council and staff reports, staff updates. Kim?
I have nothing this evening. No complaints, no nasty emails about the city, nothing.
And going to B, under that same title, mayor and council reports, Tim Schroeder.
I just have one thing, I'll make it quick. All our streets coming from the county road into where, when they redid the road, maybe we should look at having them crack sealed. I don't know what we got going for this year. There's that little, I don't know, 50 to 100 feet coming from the county, right at the county road, to where
Right.
they repaved, but probably needs crack sealed or top.
Okay.
And then on Division 2, but
Right.
the county hasn't given us that property yet, it's still in their name.
Mr. Peroni from SEH contacted me at least 2 or 3 months ago, and he wanted to go walk the new pavement, okay? And I said, well, why don't I just do it, okay, which I did.
Yeah.
And the only place I saw any cracks, which were hairline cracks, was kind of down at the south end, which is close to where Quinlan butts into 4th Street. There's a few down there. But on some of the streets, like First or Second, I can't remember which it was, there was absolutely none,
Yeah,
that type of thing. So I told him I didn't think that I needed his expertise, to necessarily walk those with me. And so we kind of left it at that with the
Yeah.
idea that probably we would do crack sealing.
yeah. Or do we do seal coating soon after that?
I think we usually do a year after,
Yeah.
and which would have been this
But-
fall,
yeah.
okay, but I
That
think,
was late,
right.
so that was the only thing.
So I think we'll probably be doing that,
But you know what I mean on.
Right, I do,
Yeah, those stretches.
yep.
Yeah.
And I really don't know, Tim, whether or not, I mean, they kind of plow them.
No,
They don't do the one on Division very well,
no.
but,
The county, yeah, they just swoop in or
Swoop
whatever,
in,
but they
yeah.
don't turn the corner.
I did get a couple complaints, you know, why they do what they do, that being Tri-County, I don't know. But, you know, they always missed the first time, that little appendage there on, Division Street, okay, that as soon as you hit it, as soon as you come off the county
Oh,
road.
yeah.
They missed that, and I called Ben, and he didn't pick up, I left a message, and he got it, he responded to it. And then over on, like, on First or Second Street, the little stub on the other side there,
Yeah.
okay, the short, area, he, the suggestion was, if you come off of, let's say, Second Street, why don't you just keep going, you know? Well, the reason is because you leave a furrow probably
Yeah.
on
Right.
Quinlan, okay? And that would be my explanation
Yeah.
for it, but, they got to it, without being reminded to get to
Yeah.
it, but it was probably the last
They
thing they did.
came the first day and then the next day they came back
Yeah,
again, so.
yeah.
it Seemed to work out.
And they're still salting the middle of the road, so, right, so, but that's all I know about roads at the moment, okay?
Mayor and council members, I'll just add to that, a lot of times, like you just had mentioned,
Right.
things, roads get missed on the
Right,
first
yeah.
and second
Yeah.
snowfall. And a big reason for that is new drivers.
It's the same kid,
It's a
but yeah.
terrible job, because you're on call, you don't get paid if it doesn't snow, and so it's just hard to keep people.
Mhm.
And I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah.
I just know that's the case at a lot of places.
And I did get one other complaint about what this individual seemed to think was a gas leak out of one of the vehicles that's doing the plowing. And he was sent pictures and stuff, to both Lakeland, this was in Lakeland as well as Lakeland Shores, but he didn't send any of Lakeland Shores, they were all down there by, Quixote, but as far down as you can go, down by
Yeah.
Seventh Street, Sixth Street, that type of stuff. And I didn't respond to it, you know, since he was showing me pictures of Lakeland, not Lakeland Shores, but I can imagine some of that equipment probably does leak, you know, a little bit.
Garbage trucks leak.
Yeah, really. Is that it, Tim?
Yeah, that's it.
Tim Hatton?
Well, I really don't have anything other than to welcome the new council members, Ann Miller and Erickson.
I missed that.
Yep. And, yes, ma'am.
Happy to be here.
Okay, good to have you. It's about time we had some diversity, you know, especially gender diversity on this council. It's been a struggle. And Chuck?
Nope, just, be looking for an experience here.
Yeah, well, you know, don't get your hopes up. And as far as, I pretty much said, you know, the roads is kind of my thing as far as what I try to look after. And cutting back brush, and I still haven't gotten back to the other side of Quinlan, where you live,
Well, we can send him a letter, he can
yeah,
have
we
somebody do
do
it
it,
too,
I know it.
so.
And, but I figure as long as the leaves aren't on the trees, they
Yeah.
can still see the stop sign. So, really, there doesn't seem to appear to be anything new that's come to my attention other than what I've already mentioned. So with that, if there's no further discussion, I move that we adjourn this January 2nd, 2025 City Council meeting of Lakeland Shores. Can I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Okay.
That was a record.
Yeah, it was close to a record.
I could, I wouldn't
If I hadn't gone on so much about the roads and the oil spill.